Hi, I'm Julie from ThermoKitchen, and today we are making my easy chicken curry. Now this is one of the most popular recipes on my website ThermoKitchen, and the recipe is suitable for the TM6, TM5 and TM31. So let's get started. So here we have the TM6 and we're on our Cookadoo screen. Now I'm going to tap the home button to bring up our 3 dials. Okay, first of all, we are adding 1 onion, garlic, ginger. Now you can add either 1 or 2 chilies, and you can choose to take the seeds out or leave them in. And 20 grams of fresh coriander. Okay, and now we're going to chop this down. So we tap the timer and put in 10 seconds, and we're going to tap the blade speed and turn that to speed 5. Okay, let's take a look. And here is the start of our easy chicken curry. Now we're just going to scrape that down. Okay, now that that's chopped down, we are going to add some oil to our ingredients. So we're just going to slide across here and bring the scales up. Tap the scales and just watch for the oil to go in, and we're just adding roughly 20 grams of oil. And pop the lid back on and X out of the scales. Tap our home button to bring us back to our 3 circles. We're adding 6 minutes to the timer and tapping the temperature and turning that up to Varoma. So Varoma is actually our maximum temperature on the Thermomix, and it's also known as steaming temperature. Tapping our blade speed and putting it on 2. Now we are going to take the MC or measuring cup out of the lid, because we do want some of that moisture to evaporate, so that will actually dry out those ingredients a little bit and offer a bit of caramelization. So we'll just leave that to do its thing. Okay, so while that's cooking, I just want to tell you a few things. So first of all, today I have used oil in this recipe. Now ordinarily I use ghee. Now I'm just going to pop over here. So this is my Indian cookbook, and this is a recipe. The easy chicken curry is actually a recipe in this book. Now in the book I have mentioned using 40 grams of a spice ghee. So the spice ghee recipe is actually in this cookbook, and when I'm using the spice ghee, I will usually add 40 grams of ghee to this recipe. And the reason I do that is because it gives it a real depth of flavour. Now because I'm using oil today, I've only added 20 grams of oil because it's really just to caramelise the ingredients. It doesn't offer any real flavour to the recipe. So if I was using my spice ghee, I would have added the 40 grams. And this is my original cookbook. So this recipe, the easy chicken curry, is actually the one that inspired the whole cookbook. So I have offered this recipe on my ThermoKitchen website, but the rest of my Indian dishes are in this cookbook. Okay, our next step is going to be to add our ground spices. So we have our ground cumin, our ground coriander, and our ground turmeric. And they'll be cooked off with the garlic and the ginger and onion mixture that's already in here, just to intensify that spice flavour. Okay. So there we go, that's cooked down nicely. Add our spices. And pop the lid back on. And we're going to cook this for a further 3 minutes. Okay, so now it's time to add our stock. So again, slide across to our scales, tap the scales button, and I'm actually using Campbell's real stock, and it's the chicken stock, and we are adding 120 grams. So I'm just weighing this into the Thermomix. Yep, 122, and that's all good. Okay, and now we're going to cook that off, and we're going to tap the timer and add 5 minutes. Tap the temp and back on Varoma, and then tap the steam, and this time we just want it on speed 1. Okay, and now we're ready to add our chicken. So we're going to add our 600 grams of chicken. We're going to put our scales on so we can weigh our tomato paste. So again, swipe across, tap scales, and we want 80 grams of tomato paste. And 500 grams of natural yogurt. So tap the tear. This is actually a 500 gram container, so I should be right to add all of that yogurt. Okay, so now we're ready to cook that, and we're going to tap the timer. 22 minutes on the timer. We are tapping the temperature and putting that back on Varoma. Now, when we tap the blade speed and make that one large, we're going to put that on blade speed 1, but we're also going to tap the blade, and now it's in reverse mode. So that's just a little bit softer on the meat so it doesn't get broken down in the cooking process. Okay, and looks like our curry might be ready. Yum. Okay, there's a reason why this is the most popular curry on my website. Just look at that, can we see? Okay, I'm just going to ladle this out. I'll give you a better look at this. Now this is actually probably one of the healthier curries as well, because it uses not a lot of oil and yogurt instead of cream. It's actually quite good for you. So there we go. Easy chicken curry. We've served that with some naan. Might pop a little bit of coriander on. And dinner is served. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to join me on our ThermoKitchen Facebook group. Happy cooking!